world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome. Rangers 0, Celtic 0 in an interesting but again at that quality at Ibrox. Join myself, Oxford, back in the show as AK, if buts and maybes, eh?
Good afternoon, pal. Yes, missed opportunity for me, pal. We'd be a 10-0 before the game. Under the circumstances, maybe. But I thought the game lacked quality and the game was there to be won. So for me, missed opportunity, that goes down us.
I get that. I think with the piece, we slightly edged it, mate, but we didn't make enough chances. Yeah, and we lacked that creativity. We done the job. We went 4-2-3-1, mate. Yeah. Yeah, we Asgard picking up McGregor.
Yeah.
So he'd done a job for the team, but he never created a lot. So that position became a sort of defensive position rather than an attacking position, where you were looking at him for to try and do more. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't think we keep a clean sheet. So there's a big tick in the box, and really we've done it quite comfortably. We still had our moments, mate, but so did they, didn't they?
Aye, they did. No, you're right. The positive aspect to it, we were obviously apprehensive about how we were going to set up defensively. The high defensive line that we've been playing has been our Achilles heel. I seen structure today. I seen a defensive line there, loads of endeavour, industrial, running in the midfield to shut people down. Barron and Diamondi linked well. It was all defensive duties, so the quality was lacking going forward. And just maybe for a shooter, holding his line that wee bit, we could actually be giving away the 3 points.
For that, mate. I'm frustrated, and I'll tell you why, mate.
Yeah, yep.
Aye, and I've said that a lot on this show, and you might have heard me. In modern football, mate, you get away with that back in the day, and that would have been a goal. Yeah. But now you're just giving yourself, it's going to be checked. And if it's a fraction, or if it's what did you say that was about? A foot, maybe a foot, it looked like it was offside the way he was leaning. It's going to get chopped off. So just make sure you're on side. Instead of trying to just gain that advantage, you lose the advantage because a good goal gets chopped off. Because that would have changed that play if he was onside. In fact, when I looked at it, mate, I've not really studied it because I seen he was offside. I thought there was 2 Rangers players in offside positions, mate.
Aye, listen, you're right. I was shouting at the telly as well, and when I first seen the still of it, I knew they were going to chop it off because you're right, you don't get away with the things now. The modern play now is you intentionally stand in the offside position, hoping that your defender is going to drop back and cover you, but he stepped back too late for Tavernier's run up for the ball. That was frustrating because he won the header well, and that's a game where we could have been coming out with 3 points. So
aye. That was a big moment, really. We huffed and puffed. I think we lost a bit of Gassama playing on the right. He's been more affected on the left. Our young left back, mate, he looks a decent football player, but he doesn't look as if he's got that great technique of whipping the ball in. But as a fullback, mate, it's more chipped in and it's easy to defend with, but that boy will get better as time goes on. The whole team worked hard. I don't want to criticise anybody because I don't know if we thought they had that performance in them. They worked hard. We just never got the passes right or the crosses right. We put the ball in. I thought we're centre forward. At times showed the decent centre forwards play. Could it have been a penalty? Maybe, but I always look and see would I have been happy if that was gaining in the box. I agreed with at half time, mate. He's got him. He's done him. Just let the ball keep going. Well, whether his leg has caught his leg and he's fell he was interested to keep going. There's only one person I'll know. It'll be the Majowski, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a Stonewall penalty. Ox, I was maybe that's just the blue tinted glasses in me though.
Oh, mate, I came out the seat for a penalty kick, mate. But once I step back, I always look and say, my taking it always, would I be happy if that was getting in the other box, yeah?
Aye, listen, I know what you're saying. Chris Boyd's looking at it from a striker's point of view. You're in behind there, you've got an opportunity to get a shot away or even run down and goal. So he's looking at it for what would he have done in that scenario. But you know yourself, your goal side, the ball, and you've got a defender clattering you for the back. There's a lot of referees that would have gave that just as easily, but no up here, no in Scotland, we don't get penalties.
I get that, mate. I get that argument. That's a different argument. I mean, the legs coming together looked more his leg than mine. If there was any contact, I thought it was the arm coming up against his back, mate, yeah? Yeah.
Aye. It's done now, but
No.
aye, the game went on there.
I came out screaming for a penalty when it initially happened, mate.
Aye.
That's always my take on it, look. And I get the agenda that they've driven, mate. That's a whole different argument, and it maybe does influence people. Because then if you get the penalty, then VAR's got to turn it over, isn't he? Or then he's got to go and say he's changed his mind and got it wrong, which doesn't always happen. But Majowski, mate, showed enough to show a positive. But he worked, he showed a bit of pace at times, industrialist, and then there was a couple of boys get played in the box, he get cut out. And for me, he was in the right place. Yeah, I don't know if you mind a couple that came into the box. If the defender couldn't there have cleared it, mate, he had a tap in twice.
There was one of them, Ox. I don't know what period of the second half, but somebody flighted a ball at him, and you just see. I think he tried to set up somebody on his left, but see if he'd have just turned his body and let it roll off his chest, he's through and goal. There was another one. The crossfield pass, I think Scales just got his head to it and went out for a corner. But listen, he looks dangerous, he looks lively, and hopefully that's going to be better. The thing I liked about Majowski right away was at 2 minutes into the game, or not even that, he clattered Ralston out in the kind of byline just in front of the main stand, just to let him know he was going to be in a game today. I like that. I think a forward is going to be physical, you know.
See, if you were playing my teammate, I'd have went nuts at you. Yeah.
That's maybe how we didn't play then.
I'd have went nuts at you, and I'll tell you why. You've pushed the whole team up apart, you've got them defending, they can make a mistake. You've gave a so foul away and let them clear their lines, take all the danger away, mate, when you're in control. We all do it. The head rolls a heart and you dive in and you take somebody out and the defender goes down, and then you clear the line, mate. Don't touch him. Make him try and make a mistake, mate. Because, by the way, we think we've got problems, mate. They've got some bang average players at best, mate.
Aye, and they've spent a fortune on their team. Listen, that's what we tried to say before the game. Anybody that's watched them in recent weeks, I know we're no avid watchers, but we'll see highlights, we'll see goals, we'll see the game during the week. They have got massive problems. I mean, they're £9 million striker Ida. They're trying to hunt out the door. Engels, £11 million they spent on him. Trusty, you know, these are the buys that they had in their team, and they don't look any better. They have got major problems. We're trying to do a whole rebuild with a new structure, a new management, and new players and stuff. So, on reflection, as I said, 0-0 before the game, it might have been acceptable as long as we didn't get beat. But in essence, I thought it was a wee missed opportunity, because if we've got ambition to win in the league, that this is a game we could have won the other day, Ox.
I don't disagree with that, mate. But before the game kicked, if we're being honest, I'm actually really surprised at that result. I'll tell you who will be happy. The bookies, mate. Nobody was predicting or gambling that, weren't they?
No, you're right. It comes down to two lacklustre forward lines, though, doesn't it? But you're probably right.
Lines, mate, or is it the midfield? I mean, because obviously we know what we've done, and we just couldn't get Diamandi at the times couldn't get sparked through, and he's like our young left back, mate. He's that ball put into the box. It's no his 40. He's no the greatest. You know, like when Yefty was in that position when he got it right, when Barisic, they whipped it in, you know, and it's hard to defend. Diamandi and Bagoma haven't got that in their armoury, you know, and it's a big part of when you get it wide, you know, it causes problems. And that was our opportunities there. By the way, Diamandi back playing on the left, two in midfield or on the left side of the park, mate. Looked more comfortable. I don't know what you thought, and I thought he did a decent game.
Aye. Oh, is it 100%? And we've been saying that because we know what Diamandi brings to the table. He's no outstanding, but his work rate and endeavour, he'll give you that all day. And Barron's work rate and endeavour is well in the middle of the park there. He'll give you that all day. Ashgard, Moore, I thought they were kind of insignificant in the game. I was shouting, come on, get wee Curtis on that part earlier and shows what the wee man can do. But obviously, the gaffer's kind of, you know, is a wee bit more cautious. And
I didn't think Moore offered a lot.
No.
If I'm honest, and he ain't as quick as Finlay. Yeah, so pace became more of the game. But he worked hard and he put tackles in and he got involved. But we thought we were signing a difference maker. And so far we've not seen that, mate, if that makes sense, yeah? You know, they always put you at number 2 at the Bulls because that's where you put your worst players in. You know, we're hiding them, you know what I mean?
They call that Skip. That's your main man. But no, you're right. Listen, he's a young lad coming into a big game there, tense atmosphere, you know. You just don't know how he's going to react. That's where you need the experience, doesn't it?
I would have whipped him off as soon as he was booked, mate. I just don't understand, you know, there's times a young lad booked and you know you're going to be taking him off. He's not lasting the course, you know. And
by the way, I didn't think that was even a foul, though, Ox.
No.
If you remember the challenge, you won the ball, boy.
Wasn't a lot in it. By the way, congratulations to Joe Rothwell, who managed to go in the park at the end at 90 minutes.
Maybe that's the key. I thought Big Suter had a decent game a day and all, commanding. A couple of times he was comfortable in carrying it into the space.
Still gives you the fear butt, doesn't he?
What was that, sorry, pal?
He still gives you the fear butt.
Aye, so does Butland with the ball at his feet. But I tell you, Schmeichel's just as bad for them. Big Dessers, he nearly laid one in a plate for him.
I just don't understand why this modern trend, mate. Like somebody's going to end up putting their boot through it, so just do it early and not put your team under pressure. Big Giga, he showed times I not noticed, as you noticed, whenever in doubt, he was clearing it the day, not taking any chances. So let's give him a wee tick for learning for his error against Bruges at Ibrox.
Oh, 100%. Keep it simple, get it up the park, win second balls. It's no rocket science. We keep saying this, but Billy's the first to pounce on it that the manager is overcomplicating the game and feeding too much info into the players. You know, just let them go out there and express themselves a wee bit more. Take the handbrake off.
Yep. Right, we better get the phone lines opened. We're all frustrated. I'll be frustrated. Wednesday night's not went away, and if we could have got a goal, it would have maybe helped with some of the healing, mate. But there was signs in there that, you know, maybe a couple more players, different positions will get, the squad could be coming together, you know, and there was times all right. And also the management team having the sense to change their tactics and do that. That was one of the things that worried me. When I seen the personnel, I thought it could go that way, but I wasn't 100% certain. So, look, if you criticise, if you think there's a bit of praise in there, you've got to be honest. I'm not saying it was a great performance, but at least he got his shape right, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. As I say, apprehensive. You like to think we talk honest on here, Ox, you know, and there was definitely apprehension in there before the game kicked off. But give a wee bit of credit for me. No too much. There'll still be some supporters out there going, Russell Martin out.
No, people have made their mind up, mate, you know. And You know, we should be sitting with 10 points now, and they should be the ones under pressure, and he should be getting it. Yeah,
Yep.
and, you know, and then it becomes a different scenario.
No, definitely. And by the way, he is under pressure. I mean, you could imagine sitting there as a Celtic supporter, you wouldn't be enjoying watching that 90 minutes there today. You know, they might have better possession and what have you. Particularly, I couldn't believe that stat, but see the action areas. It was all in their half or the middle of the middle third of the pitch.
The goalie and the two centre halves with all the touches, mate, and then
Aye.
you know, in the first hour they offered very little. They came into it a wee bit nearer the end and they had a couple of efforts, and yeah, but for most of the game we looked to more likely to do something without being outstanding.
Yeah.
Right, we're ready.
Yep, bring them in.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Asgard, he worked really hard in that role, mate, kept getting himself back into position. I don't think he's going to be the most physical of players, mate. Yeah, I think when you look at him, you see that there ain't no crew cut there, is there?
Just whip that off. Get a buzz cut, son. That'll no do you any favours. The thing about him, though, Ox, he's a big lad. You know, he's got a good touch on him for what we hear. He's got a good shot on him, but the game passed him by. He was probably just in there to, you know, stay within.
He done his role well, mate. He done his role.
Aye.
You know?
But Ramage done that before, you know, Dana Joe, Bone McGregor.
And Barzami had one, mate. See when they tried to sling Curtis and see if he just turns and run, mate. They went to Curtis and they're starting about Curtis. He was in the box, mate. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Aye, they went to sleep on that one and Curtis didn't read it.
Aye, but also Curtis didn't have to run, mate. They went towards Curtis and he could have turned and Barzami, you know, could have ran. But just small margins, mate. Small margins. And the gas man, their hero has come back, mate. Wow. Oh, big money for that, eh?
Exactly. I know. There'll be question marks over that one because Greg Taylor for what I wouldn't say lackey ability, but he certainly done a job for them, and they missed Johnston as well on the right, so they've got their issues too. But that's where I come back to missed opportunity. If we win that game there today, down to 6 points and a wee chance to get some momentum, we knew Brentford internationals and then we've got Hearts and Hibs to come, so games don't get any easier.
Aye, well, I would say he has to get us through in the cup and beat Hearts, mate. That's as simple as that, mate.
Absolutely, you must win. That's why you're at Rangers, and he knows that. That's the buzzwords he was coming out with at the start of the season. Same with Kevin Thelwell. This is how we want to see the team play. This is how we're going to play. We're going to work harder. We're going to do this. We're not seeing any of it. That today was a wee bit of a glimpse. You'll get away with that if you win the other 2 games before that game of day, or 3 games before that game of day.
Aye.
So let's see it now.
We never played with that intensity in any of the 3 league games, mate. So
Yeah.
that's the benchmark for intensity.
Yep. Aye. 0-0, isn't it? But it's there. The positives are at least there's a wee chink that we can see.
I'm not saying we were outstanding, but we showed the right intensity and the right work rate, if that makes sense. We when out of possession, mate. I thought one of the problems was when we were out of possession, we were too open. And Barron and Diamandi stopped us being open with the way they worked in there and they plugged gaps. Are they perfect football players? No, but who is? You know, I thought Barron was pretty good the first half and Diamandi drew into the game. He's always up for a wee bit of a tussle with Diamandi, isn't he?
Aye. He certainly let Engels know he was in a tussle all game. He had a couple of wee quick, sleek at fouls on him and all that the referee or VAR didn't pick up on, thankfully. But He done a job for the team. What did you think of Tav coming into the game today? I thought he didn't
Steady.
offer
Steady,
a hell of much going forward, but he was quite solid defensively.
Steady. Put in a couple of decent boys. I didn't think him and Gassama linked up particularly well, but the two of them, everybody, there was more 5.5s and 6s than there was 4.5s and 4s that were being gained, mate. You know, I thought Stab was steady, carried the ball at times into the space and put it down the wing. Was a wee bit more physical. But Tav's Tav, we know he's got the flaws. He nearly had a wee bit of a bomb scare with a couple of minutes to go, but with the piece, I would say I would use that word again, steady.
I agree with you there.
Their new signing against him, didn't look great, did he?
No, he did not. And this is where the doubts are starting to creep in. The questions for Rodgers, what kind of acquisitions are they? But that's their problem. He was totally ineffective in that. They miss your Jota and the Rabada and Kuhn and whoever else that they've sold lately. So I thought the Tavernier's delivery into the box today was pretty good, particularly in the free kicks. It was always kind of. And what about that throw in he's got now? Where is that came from? He's like Superman.
I did it the whole time. I think by Tuesday, Dessers and Raskin minimum will be away at the door, mate. Yeah. They'll be surprised if there's more. So there's about another maybe 20 million coming in. So Rangers could be busy the next couple of days. You know, there's rumours that we're signing the boy for Everton. 21-year-old striker, 8 million payment, mate. Yeah. So things are starting to move, and obviously we need a midfield player now. And I think we'll need a left back, mate. Anyway, you know, or a utility player that can cover both. Yeah. And then obviously Sterling might. Well, I think it'll be next year before we see him. We've all forgot about him.
I'm no. Well, Sterling is a good, utility player. He can fill in anywhere, but he needs to be on the park and available.
It's sent to me that the manager's confirmed that Dessers has played his last game and be away tomorrow, mate.
Oh,
yeah?
Wow.
On Sky. So I was no surprise when he came on. You could see the runs he was making, mate. He was on, never get involved, mate. Yeah. The biggest enigma I've ever known, mate. We could do a show on him on his own.
I'm sure we will. But I'm not so sure that's for all the criticism that we've gave Dessers. His goal scoring record wasn't too bad in reflection of 2 years. If you'd have told us 2 years ago he was going to be scoring, 50, 51 goals, 50, whatever it was, we're replacing him with an £8 million signing for Everton. Was it you that picked up in the stats? He's barely scored a goal for the Everton bottom. I don't know if he's got injury issues or where he fell out the team through form, but £8 million a big outlet.
It's crazy money doing so. But there's a lot of sense of us to sell Dessers, mate. His age, where he sits, mate, where he is in his contract. By this time next year, you have less than a year to go, mate. And if the deal's right for the club, you make that deal and you move on, yeah?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I remember speaking about it, probably yourself and Allbear and that, before we even kicked the ball and before the supporters seemed to turn on Russell Martin about potential sales. And we all looked at Raskin and Dessers because, they're within 2 years of their contract running out. This is the time that you have to sell them if you want that model to work. And we haven't sold at the right time in previous years, so I can get that financial decision. It's just because they're fans' favourites, the two of them. There people are questioning what the hell is happening at our club when they're selling their best players and replacing them with players that, on reflection, aren't as good as what they are.
As it looks like at the moment, but let's see what happens, mate. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting.
Oh, 100%.
So really interesting to see what happens and who goes. I mean, obviously Dowell, the guys that Dowell go. These guys are. Matondo's not going anywhere, but Pretty much if that happens, I mean, a lot of old players' list will be gone, mate.
Aye. Well, this is what a lot of the support have been calling for as well. You know, that I certainly did. We need that dressing room read out. It's just the mentality, the culture of that dressing room wasn't good enough, and it was there. I mean, for what we won or the lack of the winning, that's where you need to gut that out and start again. But as I say, when you put yourself under pressure as the guys you're bringing in is good or better than the ones that's going out, that's where the question marks is supporters. Yeah.
Anyway,
enjoyed that.
Paul. Afternoon, Paul.
Afternoon, guys.
How we doing, mate? What's on your mind?
He asked.
Go on then, what's yours?
They were there for the bloody taking the day.
Aye, I get that, mate. I get that. Aye.
Russell Martin could just only showed some goddamn balls, we could have had them. But
what would you have done? What would you have done if you were Martin? What would you have done differently?
The question that I'm wondering is Lyle Cameron injured or something?
He's injured, mate. He got injured on Wednesday night, mate. He's been doing it about 4 times. Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't have had Asgard in that midfield today because he was next to useless. I had fun with Curtis in there.
Well, the reason he played him, if you watched him, mate, he had one job today. As soon as the ball was out of possession, he had to get on McGregor. And I would argue with you, out of possession, he done his job very, very well. Didn't create a lot for his in possession, but done a job for the team, yeah. And I wouldn't have played Finlay Curtis in that position, mate. No way, personally. AK? Sorry, Paul. Carry on.
On you go, Paul.
But Finlay Curtis carries more of an attacking edge than what Asgard does. I would have Finlay Curtis in the team.
I would have Finlay Curtis in the team, Paul. But I'd had him in the team in front of Mikey Moore, if I'm honest.
And as well as that, I think when Mikey Moore picked up that yellow card, Martin should have had him off right there and then. And
I totally agree with that. I made that.
Instead of throwing off Miovski, take Miovski on because he was a serious threat and he was putting real pressure on that Celtic defence. Just make a gamble and put him up and put Dessers up front with him and play with 2 up front.
When at that time, mate, when they brought Dessers on. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think Miovski would run his race. Yeah. AK, and you come, mate.
I agree with you there, Rox. You kind of look at him and the tank was running empty a wee bit because he was having to occupy that defence line himself for much of the game, chasing down the goalkeeper, chasing down Vickers and Scales and stopping the distribution for the ball going up the park. But I also agree with yourself there, Paul. Ox said it earlier there, as soon as Mikey Moore gets booked there, rather than risk him, a second yellow card, get young Curtis on and he's got half an hour. 63 minutes it was when Mikey Moore get that booking and Diamondi quickly followed him in 67. So he could have been looking at Diamondi as well, but I think when young Barron went down with the injury, I think he probably changed his mind to take Barron off and then put Rothwell on as well. But I also agree with you, missed opportunity for me, pal.
As well as that, I got to admit, Conor Barron, when you put into the starting lineup the start of the game, I was a bit worried about that because he has been a bit shaky, but the boy played out his bloody skin today. He showed what he's really capable of doing.
He really worked hard. Any criticism of Conor, mate, he's got to start influencing games, make passes happen, and create.
Yeah.
He's not, obviously when he plays that deep, he's not going to be there all the time to create, but he just has to bring the odd creative pass into his game. His endeavour, his engine is first class. His attitude is good. If I was him, I'd try to look at other positions as well to try and get myself in a team. He was arguably my best player today. Arguably my best player.
Well, I'm guessing he probably I guess he probably picked up some things for Nico Raskin.
But it looks as if he's away, mate. Bits and pieces, mate. If somebody wants to leave,
I've lost my thing.
Well, wait a minute, I'll cut across you. Cal, turn the show off, mate. You should know better.
I know, sorry, I've lost one of my changers over. You know what I mean?
We'll need to drop.
That hang on there, it's there. Right. Need to drop. Yeah, away you go, you bugger.
You're back now. Well, it's no, you don't realise the noise that we all hear that you don't. Oh, is he gone? So we'll bring him back. If he drop his stuff there. Some noise comes through Cal's house, AK.
What was that, guys? I just once out on Twitter. Seems though Cyril Dessers is on his way to Panathinaikos for over €5 million.
Yeah, the manager said that, mate. If that's the case, mate.
Explains the reason why he didn't play that great today.
Well, he was going through the motions when he came on, mate. The last few minutes. €5 million. Somebody has the
so that's what
AK.
That's about what, £4.3 million.
Aye. I would take that because he's age and where he is in his contract, AK.
No, definitely. I mean, financially, it makes sense. It does make sense financially. It's just obviously for a supporter's point of view, how do we replace the goals in the team? Because this boy for Everton, he better hit the ground running. He's got an £8 million.
Going to score goals in that. At this moment, AK, nobody's going to score goals because we're not creating enough.
Well, somebody's got to. Somebody's got to.
I think it's
missing Tierney out of the team. Sorry, guys. Missing Tierney out of the team. Paul, a wee sec, please. Missing Tierney out of the team, missing Dessers out of the team, missing Igaman out of the team. For goals that we had last year, that's a big percentage of our team, you know.
But there's the problem, mate. The way we play, that's the manager's got to solve because we're not making enough chances, and no centre forward would score a lot of goals in that team because you're not getting enough chances. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we're going to have the manager. So if you don't mind. And then hopefully we can get Cal back when he's not got his interference in the background that he can't hear, but we cannot hear AK. Right, so get yourself in mute and let's hear from your head coach.
About incomings then, how close are you to that?
I think we're close to a couple. I also think Cyril's probably played his last game for the club. And he's been great. He's been great the whole time he's been here, so he goes with everyone's best wishes. Obviously things can change in football, but it looks likely, and we'll have two guys at least in the building, and we'll see what happens outside of that.
In terms of Cyril Dessers, is it a case of he wants to go, or you want to sell him, or there's an opportunity?
I think it's great for everyone. It's good business for us. It's good for him and at the stage he's at in his career. So as I said, he goes with everyone's best wishes.
Nico Raskin is the same for him. Would you expect him to leave the club?
I don't know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours or whatever with the rest of our guys. So I just want to focus on the team that we had today in the squad, and they were great.
Is he part of your long-term plans, or because there's been a lot kicking off in the background, or a lot of talk in the background? It's just in terms of clarity. Is he part of your long-term plans?
I just want to focus on the energy on the squad today. They were great. I'm really proud of them. They showed real togetherness, spirit and fight, and they ran for each other and played for each other.
Is that something that he has maybe not been doing, and that shows what your team can do with him not in the squad?
I'm just really proud of the players today.
What about Chermiti? Is he close to being in the building?
Well, I only spoke to Kevin this morning, so I haven't had a chance to catch up since, but I think it's the one we're really hopeful of concluding and getting done.
Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
There you go, AK. Interesting stuff. There's going to be some movement, I think. If they two go, I would expect Matt to come in, mate, because we were a couple of players short, midfield, left back, and then obviously we'd need to replace Nico, and obviously Cyril as well, because and I don't know if Daniel was the answer, but you can only sell somebody if somebody wants to buy them.
Aye, that's true. I'm disappointed. I can't lie that Raskin, the end of the road, is came for him. But I understand the financial implications for it, and if we make good money out of it and we reinvest it into the team wisely, then hopefully that's what we're kind of looking for. But at the moment, all the boys are up in the air, and we don't know how they're going to land. That's the thing. And as far as his interviews go now, I'm not a fan of him. He's very, very spiky with the journalists now.
It's a difficult battle to win, mate. It's a difficult battle to win because they'll dig up stuff and hit you with stuff you said 3 weeks ago, and you know. But I think we've been joined by old Davy. Afternoon, David. Oh.
Yep.
No, I don't know. Oh, it's Carl's back. Carl, how you doing, Carl? Oh. Paul, did you hear that with the manager? Yeah, so Dessers is away, as you say, if it is €5 million, mate, at his age, I think it does make it's good sense for everybody. If he's getting a 3 or 4 year contract or a 4 year contract and he's 31 years of age, it makes sense for him. He keeps his income coming on as he scored a few goals for us, but he has been the biggest enigma I've ever known, mate.
Yeah, Dessers has been a good player, and he has had his flashes of great moments, but there has been times where he has been a good bit inconsistent at times.
Are you with us, Carl?
I am. I've got muting my telly and muting my phone. It's a bit complicated for Freddie Flintstone, you know.
Get Wilmer and Betty to sort it out for you, mate.
Oh, I'm no tech savvy.
Right, Carl, I'll come right back to you. Cheers, Paul. Are you going to leave us, mate?
No, I was just going to say one thing, guys. I can something about the Nico Raskin situation. Seems though that says I've heard something about the Nico Raskin situation. Seems though but seems though Ham and James Tavernier went and had a word with Kevin Fairwell, and they basically turned and said to him that the team, as well as a lot of the players in the dressing room, are not happy with Russell Martin, the way he's doing things, the way the things are being played in that. Yeah. And Kevin Fairwell, and supposedly Kevin Fairwell came out and turned and said to them, "You two can find new clubs then."
Well, that's what would happen in most dressing rooms and most football clubs when you've got a new manager, mate. Rightly or wrongly, I'm not sticking up for Russell Martin. I'm just saying that that's what can happen, mate. Listen, we've all heard the speculation. We've all heard that speculation and rumour, but no everything you read online is true, mate. You know. Right, let Carl come in and get it off his chest. He's waiting. Carl, come on then, mate.
I've not got a lot in my chest. I'm quite thin, you know, but I'll tell you something, not a chance created. An offside goal isn't a chance, and he was miles offside. I don't care what anybody says, and we're under the cosh right away with refereeing, but he would give us nothing. The other thing is, Mikey Moore, why is he starting before one of your boys? It must be in the contract.
Oh, Davey, put the show on mute, please.
I'm in mute. What are we dealing with here, Ox? What are we dealing with?
No. Turn your tellies off. Turn your tellies.
It's got geriatrics, you know.
Just wait, Carl. Just wait. It doesn't work. Right, AK, in you come.
Oh dear. Listen, I agree with a lot of what you said there, Carl. I was also screaming for a penalty would have been happy if it gave against us. No, I wouldn't. Suter is offside. When you see the still, he's definitely offside. Apart from that, we didn't have a lot of opportunities. And yes, I would have brought young Curtis on earlier than what he was. And Asgard, and he done a job, as Ox said. He was there to just sit on Cal McGregor and not let him play.
Right, Davey, in you come.
Aye, yeah. Well, I think that was a big. I probably be screaming to disagree with me, but if you look at the performances we've had lately, the one thing that stuck out for me was the effort they put into the game. All round. And as far as Asgard's gone, McGregor never got a sniff. I mean, what have we got to do to get some decent confidence, some negativity? If you look at the last game and look at that game, everybody took us to get a do in there, and it didn't happen. And then they say, but it's a poor Celtic team. That's a nonsense. They're a dangerous team. So the guys that are going out and the guys that are coming in, if we had got a do in the day, yeah, I'd have been on the case, but we didn't. So it's a step in the right direction. If that makes sense.
Aye, listen, the clean sheet is a step in the right direction. We have to start creating more chances if we're honest, Davey.
We've lost Davey. Ox, can I just give you the stats? Can I just give you the stats for the day? I don't know if you've looked for them. The XG, Rangers 0.15, Celtic 0.17. Possession, we were 41%, they were 59. Shots at goal, 5 each. On target, 1 for us, 2 for them. We dominated the corners, we dominated the yellow cards.
Aye, but see the problem is, but as you say, your eyes don't lie, mate. They had all the possession. We didn't score. We had opportunities to get the ball in, etc., and make chances, and we never done it. And that was the frustration. That's what we've got to get better at. I agree with Davey. I thought the energy and the effort was there, and I think he got his. One of the big things he's been criticised is his shape, and he's right. That boy Asgard done a job on McGregor, but he never affected the play in possession, mate, and that would be the criticism of him. But he done a job for the team, mate. So we got that right, and we stopped him playing and made them look ordinary. We looked to more likely the team to score because we were the team going forward the most. Yeah, we didn't make enough chances, and ultimately we never scored a goal.
No, I know. Listen, to get back to something that you said earlier, and I know what you're coming through, but Barron and Diamondi, they're in there as, just to kind of stem the flow and break up any sources of play and start. I'm more disappointed than like say Asgard and Moore and Gassama than I was they two, and obviously they need to be more creative to fish Miovski with a boiler, the tap and let him run onto it during the channel and then look to burst into the box themselves. I think that's where we missed Lyle Cameron a wee bit, but I'm looking for more out of Asgard and Moore and Gassama and what we're saying, and even Ant-Man, when they came on, offered nothing. And after his debut, that's where I'm kind of going, come on, use. We're bringing you into this club to get more out of you. And I was a wee bit more disappointed with them than anybody else in the team.
Listen, I don't think Asgard done a lot in possession, mate, but he done a right good job for the team out of possession, mate, and caused some of their problems because they didn't have their out ball, mate. If you noticed, he was making space to get when we had the ball, and then when we didn't have the ball, he was doing what he was told to do, mate, which was get right back in position next to McGregor. The role that Pajami's done before. But I will accept he never created anything going forward. The substitutes come on. It can work for you, can it work for you? He didn't get a lot of opportunities, didn't do a lot, if I'm honest. The Ant-Man, I would have still with Curtis on before Moore, mate. You know, what we've seen so far, I think Curtis offers more than Moore does. You know, similar ages. I think Curtis looks quicker. He looks more physical. And why we don't want to develop him is Paul maybe said it's in the contract, and that's the thing about loans. You don't know, mate. You've got to get a mix amount of games. I'll tell you what we'll do, mate. We'll hear from Conor Barron and Majowski. Yeah. Initial upsets coming with punters in the northeast. But let's hear from Conor Barron and my new signing Majowski.
Well, Conor, what's your thoughts after that in the end?
I'm a little bit disappointed. I felt like we had good chances there to go and win the game. Come away with a draw. It's obviously we wanted to win, but I think it was a good team performance. Showed real fight and desire, but just unlucky we didn't win the game in the end. But we'll keep going. What was the message from the manager ahead of this game? Just stick together as a team. Go out there and show what we can do, and stick together and fight, and keep playing our football. Be brave on the ball. That game's about being brave, and I think we showed that at times today, which was good. And we all stuck together. From your point of view, coming in today, was it an opportunity? Did you feel, and also an opportunity that you've ended up taking? I think so. Obviously, if I'm not in the team, if I'm in the team, I work the same. I work hard, and you never know when your opportunity is going to come. My opportunity was today, so all you've got to do is keep working hard every day, and then when your opportunity comes, try and take it. How tough has it been, given the run results? That's now 4 draws in a row, but given all the noise around and what happened in Europe, has it been difficult for the players? Yeah, of course, it's never nice to be on the end of defeats. And we obviously haven't had as many wins as we should have. We've drawn in the league, and we know what it takes. We need to be winning games, but it's about blocking that out and keep improving as a team and keep getting better on the pitch. How much will the man beside you help that? Yeah, he's a brilliant signing. Glad to have him back. How did you find your Rangers debut today?
Yeah, it was really nice to become back in Scotland. Of course, it was a nice debut for me, and of course we are a little bit disappointed because we put all on the game to win the game. But it's a draw in the end. We are really looking forward for the future. I think we are getting better and better, sharper. What is it? What will you bring to this team, and why was it Rangers that you wanted to come to? Yeah, of course, it's a project for me. I know Rangers is a big club, so of course I come here to help the team to score goals and win trophies. Did you enjoy that battle with Liam Scales today, another old teammate? Yeah, exactly. We have great time together in Aberdeen. So now we are 1 against 1 from different teams. But yeah, he is a nice guy. He was saying he didn't think it was a penalty. Did you think you should have had a penalty? Yeah, I need to check, but I feel that he touched my leg, so this is why I fall down. But I don't know, I didn't check the video. How much now do you feel it's about kicking on? It was a draw today, still haven't got the win, but do you feel there's enough positives in this Rangers team that they can kick on now and improve? Yeah, of course. I was just 1 day with the team. I feel positive energy. Today we show that we can have good future. Well, the William Hill Premiership Player of the Match is Conor. If you can hand over the award, please. Yeah. Congratulations, bro. Thank you. Cheers. Well done. Well.
Oh dear. If I was Conor, I'd walk into Joe and say, "Bro, this is Joe." Just me, okay, you know what I mean? No, I wouldn't noise anybody up here.
No, of course. I know. Welcome back. Like that wee bit, I know.
Aye. So, I get was frustrated because we had opportunities to make chances and we never done it, mate. Yeah, that was a frustration. But over the piece, we showed a bit of shape, a bit of desire, and we cut out majority of the bomb scares. We still had the odd one, mate, didn't we? But we cut out the majority of the bomb scares at the back. Yeah.
Yep. I definitely.
I think Randy's joined us.
Yep, no problem.
Andrew.
Good afternoon, Troops. I'm underwhelmed.
Hi, Andy.
How you know?
It wasn't a great game, Andy, was it?
And tell Davey to stay off the go because that Celtic team is the worst team I've seen for years. So, anyway, I still love him. Tell him. Anyway, where are we going? When's this Clem going to get sacked? That's what I want to know. Because he'll not be here this season. That's his 6. Is that still 6 bites ahead of him? So,
Aye.
4 draws. It's not good enough, Ox and Alex. It's just certainly no.
All the pressure's coming, Andy, for the 3 games, mate. The
Aye.
fixtures were down to him. That's where his pressure's coming from. No for the day, no even for Wednesday, mate. In some respects, with the sending off and what happened, but all the pressure's coming for the 3 other draws, mate.
That's exactly. That's 100%. See the 3 draws. See they were 3 wins, right? And we drew the day. That wouldn't be a bad result, I don't think. Kid, in the grand scheme of things, because that means we would have been level with them. Because we played, I thought we did all right the first half. We did the day, and then special up front, but we kept it. They didn't look as if they were going to score, put it that way. But he's not getting it. We Raskin's away and Big Dessers away, that's fair enough. Dessers on the bench, Kenji's going away. So what's the problem with Raskin? Why don't get him last day? He would have run right the other day, and he would have tried. It's all right. I don't know what's happened. It might be a bigger story, but if the man was selected, he would have played out his skin today against that mob. But he didn't ever get the opportunity because of his ego. But I don't know. But it might be something. There might be something. He's maybe done something that's unacceptable. So we don't know. But what do you think the Yanks think? I don't know if there anything happened. The boys away at the game, I'll find out. I don't know if there are any protests outside Ibrox. I don't think there are any, because we could do in the tunnel. I ken that. Well, that's what the players were doing, so I don't know. But the clown can't go, and he's just no with it. He did change his format a wee bit today. And that other thing, David Moore, we finally cut the ship starting. And the gas man should be doing the left. The gas man should be doing the left. You know what I mean? That's his best thing. Because that boy, I actually thought the fullback grew into again, the wee boy, young boy. I actually thought he could have stepped up a wee bit nervous, but once he had the pace, he actually played all right. I thought he was one of the
He had a spell in the second half, mate, when they ran past him a couple of times.
That's amazing. He grew into it. But I don't know.
We've also been joined by Kilmarnock, Andy. Afternoon, Kilmarnock.
Good afternoon, lads. What can I say about that? No offence to the Baldies, but that was 2 Baldy men chasing after a comb that today, man. That's the 2 worst teams I've seen for a long while in that league. Honestly, man, it's... You see, for the people that clapped that team off at the end of the game, they're part of the problem. That's the complacency sitting in, clapping them off at the end, know what I mean? 4 points out of 12. Worst the Celtic team I've ever seen. One shot on target. Heart and desire is the least we want in an Old Firm game, running and stuff like that, and that's what we got today. But there's no end product. Did you get? No. I thought he was just scared to put the ball forward. I thought he was going to be a great player in the first couple of matches, but the man's a bomb scare. Again, that putting a line at the back, awful. We were getting something. Just launch it up the park, take our chances up the park, but. No, Martin needs to go. Honestly, I did say before, win, lose or draw, that he needs to be at the door, and I'm still the same. Didn't want us to get beat, obviously, but a point and get rid of him, I'll be fucking happy. Sorry, excuse the language. I'll be happy about that. He needs to go. There's no getting back for him.
I think the pressure's coming for the 3 other games, mate, and you throw in Wednesday night. That's what it's coming for. It's not coming for the day. You know, I'm not saying we played well today, but you're right. We did show the qualities of fighting, running and tackling, but we didn't create a lot. AK?
All the facts are there, pal. Thanks for joining us, Dalmarnock and Andy. All the facts are there. We didn't create enough. Only 1 shot on target the entire game for us. I thought we were probably the mere goal threat out the 2 teams, but I'm with you there, Andy. I think that's a poor Celtic team. But they're setting the pace along with Hearts. We are still 6 points ahead, so I can get your anger and frustrating the day, Dalmarnock. But I'm afraid it's, for me, the business that we're all doing now, the players that's leaving the club, the players that's been told to leave the club, the players that we're bringing in, that looks to me as if the owners are backing Russell Martin, they're backing Kevin Thelwell, and they're backing Patrick Stewart, and we've not got a say in it. That just what it looks like for me. So whether it's going to end well or no, I don't know. I bloody hope so, but it doesn't look like it, you know.
He's losing his millions. We've lost supposedly 2.5 on Biggerman. I don't know how much we're going to now get rid of Raskin for, but we're going to be losing millions in that as well. And that's go back to the manager and his ego. And they're calling him out, and they're getting tossed out the door for it. And then that guy's supposedly come in for Everton. I would sum up your transfer business. Bringing a guy no scores for 2 seasons, but for 8 million, I just doesn't make any sense.
It's a centre forward. It's a centre forward.
Aye.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But it looks that way as if the boys forever's coming in, mate. Never even noticed them play, mate. Never had heard them for the last few days, mate. If I'm honest, you know. But it's the first time Billy McNeil's ever agreed with me, mate. If I'm honest.
Aye, thanks for your message, Billy. He disagrees with me, agrees with Ox. Oh well, if there's somebody agreeing with you, Ox, at least you're doing something.
He's
right.
Obviously intelligent, articulate, smart, Billy. Yeah.
And he's the former Celtic captain.
But aye, look, it's not going to go away because we show a bit of endeavour. We sort of won the fighting points without landing any knockout blows against a team that we think we've got problems. But their ego, mate, they've got problems as well. They've got some average as well. But it's not going to go away, mate, because you need to win football matches. And I keep saying it. All his pressure has came from Motherwell, Dundee, and St Mirren. And we never started any of the games with the intensity and energy that we started today. And there's your problem. You can't get yourself up for just the big games, Andy.
That's 100% correct, Ox. The first game, I should have told him. One of the games, I should have told him. You can't play the full backs into the pitch narrow. What he did today, he did a lot losing the game. So that day, next 2 games, the D game and the St Mirren game, you should play like that and go with your strengths. You can St Mirren is a great big team, so maybe even put the big set off in there or somebody big thingy, but no, he's lost it, and he'll never get it back. When are they going to sack him? When we're in the bottom 6? Because that says, Hearts are playing all right, but it's a long season. I ken that. I don't know. But I just don't. I don't like the guy. I phoned in the Motherwell game. Phoned in. I told you there and then. I didn't rate him, but I was going to go get behind him, but I'm not behind him now. I'm certainly not. He walked out the door tonight. I don't know. I see Ferguson and Souness was there. Get him in the dugout tomorrow. Oh, but no, that's my son. He's away up. Him and his pals came out to Belfast, and his other pal. £100 each they pay for a ticket to the 3 boys. £100 each. Yeah, that's the other thing. See the European. They'll be out shortly. The way boys about their emails, they'll be out shortly. See if it's £100 package. If he's still there, a lot of boys aren't going to take the package.
I know, we'll pick that up as well. Anyway, we've also been joined by Josh. Josh too. How are we doing, Josh? You got it right about their team, huh?
Listen, guys. They were there for the taking. It's the worst Celtic team I've seen in years. They never even played where they've not even got a striker. They were there for the taking. But listen, Russell Martin is not going anywhere, so the support has to calm down. That the American owners, the 49ers, are obviously telling them to sell players, and they're bringing in Miovski and co. So they're backing them. So we just have to calm down, and let this settle. We're in transitional period. The fans aren't getting ready. The fans aren't against Russell Martin for the day. It's for the last few games, St Mirren and Motherwell and Dundee. That's the problem. Celtic were there for the taking today. We should have beat them. Barron outstanding today, young man in the midfield. And I heard Raskin Raskin was a bit volatile after Neil McCann on Sky Sports, and it was a bit controversial. That's why he's getting kicked out of the club, because he's questioning everything behind closed doors. Whatever the management team and whatever, like Barry Ferguson, Neil McCann and Billy Dodge was asking him, and he's carrying it on to Russell Martin, because Neil McCann was on Sky Sports telling us, because they were having a question, they were asking about like Raskin and why is he not playing, and Neil McCann says he's a wee bit volatile, he's a wee bit contradictory and all that. You have to tell him 2 or 3 times, and he kicks off, and all that kind of stuff. So that's why he's left. He's leaving the club. They want rid of him. That's the reason where. But I was correct on the Celtic team. They're the worst team that I've seen in a while, and they were there for the taking.
That's the frustration, Josh. That's part of the frustration. Tomorrow, I don't get too upset. Players come and go. Yeah, players always come and go. There's heroes left and people left the club. If there's something in Nico Raskin that he wants to go and or everybody's happy he goes. But the Rari stayed and played well and drove his own. I think we're maybe better. But if it's not going to be a good fit, it's maybe time to shake hands and move on. And also, if it's the right deal for the club, that's the important thing. As you said about if it's the right deal for his mate, because if he's not going to sign that extension to his contract, it doesn't matter who the manager is. It's time for maybe business to move on and then get people in that are committed. No saying the wee man's not committed. No saying that at all. But it happens, doesn't it? It happens. And I don't get upset when players come and go. I just don't like to think that when we recruit, we bring in similar or better, mate.
Listen, that clown of managers, he's taking millions off his price tag, and it'll be undisclosed, and it'll be a fee, a good $2 million under what we'd expect to get for him. And it's just back to that clown of manager, and they were there for the taking, but at the end of the day, with one shot in target, so they're probably saying us, they're probably saying that we were there for the taking. I think they had 2 shots in target with some amount of corners and not one Rangers head in the corner. It was just keeper was picking up and they were defending it. There was no difference in the corners, outswingers and in-swingers. There was no short corners to change angle, and he just kept on lapping it up.
The first half,
bad coaching.
The first half, the first corners, your young corner never got them past the first man a few times. I don't know if you picked up on that, Andy.
Aye, so and the worst player in the park was clearing everything. That big unit was at Aberdeen, Ginger Ninja. He was clearing everything. That's how bad your corners were. He was doing the ball. But he's I don't know if that was a penalty or not. It looked quite where I touched him or not, but I don't know. We're not going to get that clown anyway. They bookings. They didn't have any bookings, and the two ones for the 4 East or whatever. They kept fouling and then just shaking their head after it. I'm very sorry. They had 4 or 5 fouls each. Nothing said to them. But no, I agree with the man. But this clown's going to coach his volumes, because that we were asking whether he's staying or no. If he'd been staying, he'd still committed, and then maybe it's hell, whatever it was. Because you're talking about 20 million at one time. Because he's a Belgian international, and he's playing with the board now, David Duke, you call him, and they'll probably get 5 million if they're lucky now. That's almost 20 million. He's value.
Well, one thing I will say is, I mean, the man that's got his things on Iggy, man. If it's true we got the 12 million which was in his release clause, well, we've got that 12 million euro. Yeah, so his agent's going to make sure that the other teams know about that. I don't know if there's any deals in Raskin's contract, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, what comes out. I don't want to judge till it's all done and dusted and we hear what comes out, but we'll still be playing football with Nico Raskin had left us. That's the thing.
Oh, aye.
I know. I've enjoyed him as a player in the last 6 months of last season. Up to that
outstanding.
Aye, with that, he had a 6-month period where he was absolutely mustard within at times a bad side, and he was the biggest shining light, if we're honest. But it happens. Players come and go. But listen, we'll get the last word for everybody. Start with Josh, then Domano, then Urandra, and then AK. Josh, last word, mate.
I just think that Celtic, I'll repeat what I said, Celtic were there for the take, and I've been saying it all week, last midweek. I thought the day we could have won it, but there's positives in the team. Barron and we had a good, no bad performance, but I'm just still disappointed we never get the job done. But I think we'll get a better sense of where we are when we play Hearts and Hibs next, didn't we? So the next couple of games we'll get Hearts and Hibs coming up. So I think we'll have a better idea of where we are. But that's
cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
Me.
Good to hear from you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. You were spot on with what you said about him. Domano, what about you, mate?
One shot and goal, one point for the game. You see, if you're happy with that, you're part of the problem. That's it for me. You know what I mean? If you get home and just happy we never get humped, and we get a point and you're happy with it, then as I say, no wonder we've been red rotten for 15 years because the support are complacent and accepting this mediocre crap. Have a good day, guys.
Cheers, Domano. Always good to hear from you, bro. Andy.
Aye, thanks for taking my call, boys. Hopefully we'll get some good signings in for the more that's in the cloak and see how it takes us. But I can't see this clown listening. But as Josh too says, they're not going to sack him. So I don't know.
I've not said that, mate. I've not said that. Josh had said that.
I said Josh too. No, Josh. No,
sorry,
Josh too.
Sorry, mate.
Oh no. Oh. I'll let you have this time. I know that's what Josh too said. No, I don't know. But hopefully we'll get signed right. But hopefully we'll get. And see that Aaron's, by the way, that should be kicking our ball for Rangers. My sister says in Bournemouth, I'll drive him down. I can take my sister over and come back in the morning. I'll go up to Iverson, I can get him. I'll take him. He's sleeping in the back of the motor tube. Anyway, nice to talk to you. All right, I love you. You can that, right? Alec, nice to talk to you again, pal. Okay, take care. Right, come on, the Rangers. Right, cheers.
Cheers, it always makes me laugh, mate. AK.
An interesting show. Thanks to yourself and all the callers that came in. Missed opportunities. I think we all see it that way. I don't think anybody's happy with the draws, but Dalmanut's intimating. But we're in a strange position as a club now. The manager is still in situ. I would imagine there'll be some serious meetings, serious discussions between him, Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart in the next 24 to 48 hours. So it's up to you now, Ox. Get the yellow tie looked at and see what sort of business we can do. But thanks again.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's all done and dusted, mate. And that's you know where you are, innit?
Aye, very true. An interesting 24 hours in.
All right, listen, thanks to Davey and Calvin joined us. I know we had a bit of background noise for them, but it's always good to hear from the boys. Hopefully we'll hear from them soon, mate. Once they work out how to work everything. Thanks to Domano, Josh too, and of course Andy for Irvin. Always good to hear from Andy. Thanks to AK for doing the show. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. And I'm sure there'll be some transfers in the fallout for today's game. Take it away, Old School Blue.